Okay, so we have our first EQ2Wire video showing how I do update notes and other articles based largely on developer quotes. EQ2Wire has been around for 5 years this August, so I've probably forgotten a lot of the tips and tricks and details of how I do articles, so I wanted to do a video showing the step-by-step so that somebody new will be able to do articles the same way. This is our WordPress dashboard, which lets you post articles, edit articles, manage comments, delete inappropriate comments, etc. So we're going to head over to the EQ2 forums and see some update notes. So here are update notes which have not yet been posted. So we'll switch back to EQ2Wire. We'll create a new article, go to Posts, Add New Post, and you'll see we have buttons here, but it's not really a full editor. If we click here on Visual, now essentially it's like a Microsoft Word style editor. This is usually the mode that I stay in. And here's our categories, which we'll get into, and this is our add media where we can upload screenshots or use existing screenshots or header images or anything else. But again, we can talk about that later. So for now, we are going to grab our quote from the update notes. So we click here in the upper left and just select the whole block and copy. Switch over to back to WordPress, and what I usually do is I usually do from the EQ2 forums, if I spell it correctly, I click on the block quote and then I hit and then I paste. I can also do Control V, and you'll see some of the formatting came in. We have some extra spacing here, but it's not really formatted as well as it could be. So this is something I do. It's optional, but I think it makes the articles look a lot better. And that is I go through, I bold, and then these sections here, you don't have to select the line. You could just click anywhere on the line and make it a bullet. And these lines, again, you don't have to select the whole thing, just as long as you encapsulate a part of each line. Hit a bullet, do these, make those bullets. And you see this extra spacing, that'll actually go away if you switch over to text and then switch back to visual. It'll actually take care of that extra text. Now there's still two things we're missing. We're missing the headline and we're missing a link back to the article. So we'll go over here, we unselect that. Now we go up to the top here and we select our line, our URL, and we copy it. Switch over back here and select this EQ2 forums, and this is our edit insert link. Right click and paste, and then I like to make it open in a new tab or window so that someone clicking on this link won't be leaving EQ2Wire. So we'll click that, hit add link, and now it's a link. Now we still need our headline. Now in this case I just use the headline as the as Bungie wrote it. So that's update notes for Thursday, June 27, 2013. So I select that, copy it, switch back here, click in this line, paste it. And now it is ready to post. The question is, what issues are being discussed in this update? Because we want to get our categories over here correct. So this is EQ2, and it is a game update. There's some changes here which affect a raid zone, and there's some changes which affect itemization. So that is that update. Normally update notes I don't do any kind of header image. I just leave it like that and we publish it. And now it's published, and we can go up here to the top, go to visit site. I'm going to right click and open so it does it in a separate tab. And now I go up here to the top and we see the update notes have been posted. So now there's another post I wanted to make an article, so let's make a new article. And this was a thread about new zones in update 67. And if I scroll down here, I see we have a post from Candor, who's Kyle Vallee, lead designer of EQ2. And so the question was, what are these new zones? What loot will they have, or what is the point of these new zones? Let's go ahead and grab this quote here. And we start out by saying this was posted by Candor, so and we add a quote, we paste, that was Control V, we highlight his name, and I double click and then I use Shift left arrow to remove that extra space, and bold, and I'm going to change the color to red, and then I'm going to switch back to the forum, and if you mouse over here, this number 7, this is a permalink to this particular post. So we copy that link, go over here, and we go here and add a link, paste that link, and then make sure that it opens in a new window. Now this is great and all, but we don't have any context. So we actually need to think of a little summary that we're going to add at the top. We also have to come up with a headline. So what can we expect in the upcoming and people might forget which zones those are. And we know from the Game Update 67 announcement what the names of those zones are. So I'm going to switch back to the public page of EQ2Wire and use our search box here and do Fabled Dungeons. And right here we get our announcement from Holly, Game Update 67 Darkness Dawns. I should probably make those menus wait a second before they open. So here we go, and I can copy this quote. And again, you'll remember that this is from Holly Longdale. So I'm going to go back here. I think it was Darkness Dawns. Yes. Which included a list of dungeons. Do another quote. Paste. So now we need to highlight Holly's name, the whole name, and then we highlight in red the actual online name. Now we just have to come up with a headline, which is always the tricky part on something like this. And I would say so Game Update 67 Fabled Dungeons will have familiar loot. And I wanted to fit some surprises. So I'm going to change this to just GU67. Fabled Dungeons will have fabled loot, surprises, and be tuned for level 95. So we're done with that. And again, this is EQ2. This is Game Update. This is going to have grouping. It's going to have itemization. And I actually want to add a tag here for Game Update 67. Add that tag. And now we are ready to, I'm going to add a quote here, or a colon, I'm sorry. And now we are ready to publish. So that probably looks like a lot of steps and a lot of work, but it's a workflow that you can get used to. And the end result is a level of formatting and ease of getting back to these quotes so that people will trust that we are using real sources. So If you have any questions, feel free to leave them at the bottom here, and that's it. Thank you.